Hello FPL managers and welcome to our Game Week 3 preview. If you're looking for predicted lineups, then you can check the video which will be posted after this one. Now let's get into our first segment, stats and tips. Stat 1. Let's have a look at Man United last 4 away matches and Brighton's last 5 home matches. Man United last game week loss at home to Crystal Palace was shocking for FPL managers who invested heavily in Red Devils assets for their opening game week of the campaign. Though you should be aware that Man United have been outstanding on the road, winning on their last 4 trips, keeping 4 clean sheets and scoring an impressive 10 goals over the same period. Up next for the Red Devils is a trip to Brighton, who are unbeaten in their last 7 away matches, though at home it is another story, 4 losses and 1 draw in last 5 home matches. So my advice to you is to give your Man United assets another chance this game week and don't sell them after just 1 flop. Stat 2. Liverpool last 5 home matches. Defending champions Liverpool already have an incredible run at Anfield with 4 wins and 1 draw in their last 5 home matches, scoring 16 goals over the same period. Despite having tricky fixtures for the short term, the Reds will have 3 of the next 5 matches at home, which bodes well for Mo Salah, Sadio Mane and Trent Alexander-Arnold, noting that their attacking credentials were largely boosted by the signing of Thiago Alcantara, as we saw last weekend. I'd be tempted to keep faith in my Liverpool assets for the visit of informed Arsenal. Stat 3. Man City last 6 home matches. Man City went back to action on Monday with a bang, scoring 3 goals past a stubborn Wolves side. Man City have always been a reliable source of points for FPL managers, just like Liverpool. The citizens are always enjoying playing at home, having scored 24 goals in last 6 games at Etihad. No further clarifications are needed to tell you that this is the right time to get Man City assets in your team, even if they are facing informed Leicester City. The influential Belgian Kevin De Bruyne remains their main threat after registering a double-digit haul last game week, 1 goal and 1 assist, and 4 shots on target and 5 chances created, and in penalty kick duties as well, while Raheem Sterling could be a deadly differential with less than 6% ownership. Stat 4. Sheffield United last 5 league matches. After an impressive start to last season, Sheffield United have suffered at home since the Premier League's restart, having lost all of their last 5 games on home soil, conceding 9 goals and scoring just once. With the departure of their star keeper Henderson, Sheffield have lost one of their strongest defensive weapons. I wouldn't get any Sheffield players in my team right now and would be keen to sell any Sheffield defenders I own until I see further signs of improvement. Stat number 5. Chelsea last 7 away matches. Frank Lampard's free attacking style means that Chelsea scores a lot and concedes a lot as well. The Blues have scored 16 goals across their last 7 road trips while conceding 17 goals over the same period. Timo Werner is the most popular attacker in the game with 35% ownership, but Jorginho wasted it and deprived Werner's owners of a fantasy assist. My advice is to keep faith in Werner ahead of a very appealing fixture against out-of-form West Brom. Moving on to the next part for our preview, fixtures analysis. Starting with Chelsea, their next 3 opponents are West Brom away, Crystal Palace home and Southampton home. The Blues haven't been convincing so far, but they have a favourable run of fixtures coming up. West Brom are coming off a 3-0 loss to Leicester and a 5-2 loss to Everton. Chelsea could also get their share of goals against the newly promoted team. Next they have back-to-back home games against fellow Londoners, Palace and the Saints. Palace will be a bit tricky considering how organised Hudgens' team is at the back, but Southampton's defense is shocking as we saw in Game Week 2. James racked up some points in Game Week 1, but I wouldn't advise any manager to get their defenders because Kepa. Instead, focus on attackers. Our best picks are Werner, Ziyech and Pulisic. Wolves fixture analysis. Wolves' next 3 matches are against teams that are only rated 2 on difficulty ranking system. Their Premier League campaign has started with a win and a loss, but there's a lot to take from these 2 matches. Jimenez scored another goal in Game Week 2, however we were left disappointed when Vinagre didn't start, but the good news is he was on as an early substitute on Monday night and he may be back in favour. West Ham, Fulham and Leeds have been woeful defensively, conceding a combined 17 goals so far. These teams just can't defend, so Wolves attackers could be having lots of fun. Our best picks are Jimenez, Podence, Saiz and Vinagre. West Ham fixture analysis. West Ham suffered a second consecutive loss, but this time they showed some fight in them, recording 14 shots at goal with only 3 on target. It doesn't get any easier for the Hammers as their next 3 games are against sides who finished in the top 7 last season. Actually, the next 3 opponents did the double over them last season. Their defense is definitely a no-no, but keep an eye on Soucek despite the difficult fixtures. He might be good value for money. The midfielder has recorded 5 shots at goal and 3 attempted assists assists across the 2 games, he gets in the box a lot. Anyway, it doesn't look good for the Hammers, so avoid their players and keep Souček if you already have him. Arsenal. The Gunners winning their first 2 games will prove pivotal as their upcoming fixtures are quite difficult, especially for their defenders. Their defense did fairly well against Fulham, but looked quite fragile in Game Week 2 against West Ham, as the Hammers were able to take 14 shots at goal. Now Arsenal faced the best attacking teams in the league, Liverpool and Man City, in 2 of the next 3 games, away from home. The Reds were able to get 17 shots at goal versus Chelsea, with 6 being on target, while City took 14 shots at goal, with 6 on target against Wolves. Clean sheets are highly unlikely for Arsenal, but to be fair, they've done well in the bigger games in recent months, with Aubameyang being their source of goals. Our tip is sell the defenders and keep Aubameyang. Now let's talk about our top 5 players picks. Emiliano Martinez from Aston Villa for 4.5 mil. Replacing the injured Leno at Arsenal last season, he kept 3 clean sheets and saved 34 shots despite playing less than 800 minutes. His transfer to Aston Villa offers another goalkeeper option at 4.5 mil, the cheapest price for any goalkeeper in the game and probably more effective than other choices. His first game for Aston Villa coincided not only with his first clean sheet but also a penalty save. A fantastic start. Our next player is Kevin De Bruyne from Man City, costing you 11.6 mil. Picking up where he left off, he has scored 1 goal out of 4 shots on target and delivered an assist in his first game while attempting 6. As if his appeal from open play isn't convincing enough, he is the designated penalty taker of the citizens and has a very fair share of free kicks and corners. Compared to last campaign, he should be playing in a more advanced role this term as a number 10, bringing him closer to the opposition's box and boosting his chances of fantasy football returns. A favorable run of fixtures will see him come up against Leicester, Leeds, Arsenal and West Ham with a tougher 2 games backed by the home advantage. Daniel Podence from Wolves, costing you 5.6 mil. Wolves star of the season so far has already delivered 2 assists in his first 2 games, matching his tally of attacking returns last season. 2 shots and 2 big chances created reflect a very good record for a budget-friendly differential, especially considering a game against Man City. His capability to operate on the wing or as a second striker supporting Jimenez should make his starting spot a little more secure, despite the arrival of Semedo that can push Traore high up the pitch. His upcoming run is arguably the best in the league, with game against West Ham, Fulham, Leeds and Newcastle among the next 4. Timo Werner from Chelsea, costing you 9.5 mil. Delivering just 1 assist in the opening 2 games, Chelsea's new striker was unlucky not to find the net with any of his 6 shots, as well as obtaining a penalty eventually missed by teammate Jorginho. Jorginho's penalty miss may still come in handy for Werner, as it boosts his potential of becoming a future penalty taker for the Blues. Boosting a great goal scoring record in the Bundesliga, he is very likely to open his account against West Brom, a side that conceded 5 big chances to the opposition strikers alone in 2 games. Following West Brom's encounter, Werner still has a kind schedule with the reception of a leaky Southampton and Crystal Palace at home. Danny Ings from Southampton at 8.4 mil. On the back of scoring brace against Tottenham, 80% of his 5 shots in the first 2 games were on target. He has also attempted an assist. Although attacking partner Che Adams has better underlying numbers, Danny has shown quality being more clinical in front of goal, so he should deserve the budgetary upgrade. Ings is also sharing penalty kick duties with Ward-Prowse this term, and with many of them getting rewarded, these are great news if you're looking to bring the striker in. His next 2 fixtures put him versus Burnley and West Brom, 2 sides that conceded a minimum of 3 goals in each of the 3 games they played. Time to conclude with our recommended captaincy picks for Game Week 3, and they are Son playing Newcastle home, De Bruyne playing Leicester home, and Salah playing Arsenal home. This is it for our preview. Check out our Facebook, Twitter and website for daily tips and updates. You'll find all predicted lineups for Game Week 3 in a separate video uploaded right after this one. Thank you for watching and peace!